Hey friend, welcome to this week's masterclass, which is a week late, so I apologize for that, but I had an amazing, powerful, and transformative week last week, and it left little time for anything else. So this week, we're diving more deeply into the principle of correspondence, which is the second of the 7 Hermetic principles. And they are the spiritual laws that govern the universe and how it operates. So that's why it's really important to understand them. Once you understand these principles, you can really co-create with the universe. So the week before last, I did a deeper dive into the principle of mentalism. So be sure to check that one out if you haven't yet, because these master classes are all designed to teach you how to use each principle to mindfully manifest the life of your dreams quickly and effortlessly, because that is what we are all about here. And to that end, I did a Wednesday wisdom episode inside my community last week that tells you the beliefs you need to cultivate to make both the principles of mentalism and correspondence work for you. So if you want replay access to that and everything else I do, plus an entire metric fuck ton of super powerful exclusive content, hit up the description box to become a patron. You can also check out my podcast episode that gives you an overview of each principle, and I will link everything for you below. But before we jump into this week's topic, here's my quick little disclaimer. I'm always teaching from my current level of understanding, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because you may have a completely different understanding than I do, and that is more than okay. It's actually a good thing if you ask me. Please be sure to like this video to get it in front of more people who would benefit from it, or even share it if you want. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, so that you will never miss an upload. And let's go ahead and dive into the principle of correspondence now. To quote the Kabbalion, as above, so below, as below, so above. I know you've heard that before. This principle states that there's a correspondence between laws and phenomena on the various planes of existence, or dimensions, if you prefer, or densities. They're kind of somewhat different, but that's a topic for another day. So essentially, whatever is happening on the spiritual plane above is also happening on the material plane below, and vice versa. The ancient Hermetists regarded this as one of the most important mental tools that can be used to reveal and better understand the higher planes or dimensions of existence. This principle allows us to reason intelligently from the known to the unknown, because whatever's happening down here is also happening out there, to put it in really simple terms. So if the superconscious mind is above, like we talked about in the principle of mentalism masterclass, then we're the smaller reflection of that in the physical below. And that's what people mean when they say that we're all gods. We're basically like mini gods, because we're all part of the all, and we are all the dominant and operant gods of our own realities. And that's kind of what Neville Goddard was saying when he said, I and my father are one, but my father is greater than I, which I also mention in the other masterclass, from the other week so that you can see how the law of assumption is really intertwined with these principles. But let's talk about it from a more personal and individual perspective as it relates to mindfully manifesting your optimal reality, and add into this principle: as within, so without, as without, so within, which just means that your dominant thoughts and emotions create your inner state of being within, and that is reflected back to you in your outer 3D reality without, right? And that is why spiritual teachers like Uncle Neville and Abraham Hicks place such a strong emphasis on not trying to change your 3D circumstances, but instead going within and changing your dominant thought patterns and feelings, i.e., your inner state of being. So this goes hand in hand with the principle of mentalism, because your inner or mental world is reflected in your outer or physical reality. Again, as within, so without. And this is where the law of assumption comes into play. So for more on this, please go check out my video, Understanding the Principle of Mentalism, to accelerate your manifestations after this. And the law of attraction also comes into play here, because we manifest things in our physical 3D reality that match the vibration of our internal world or state of being, which we'll dive deeper into next week when we talk about the principle of vibration. But that's why your current circumstances don't matter, and only your state of being does. Your external circumstances start changing as your internal state of being transforms, because it has to. It is law. There may be a bit of a delay in the mirror of reality, but as long as you keep persisting in your new chosen reality, it has no choice but to materialize. This is why inner work like self-concept and belief system work, shadow work, inner child healing, etc., are so important. So hit up the description box below to find out how you can get my help with all of this, especially if you want to take advantage of my 2022 investment prices before they increase in January. But your outsides literally match your insides. So get your insides under control and your outsides will follow suit. And it doesn't have to take a long time. So if you're telling yourself that right now, we've just pinpointed a false limiting belief you need to dismantle, because you could be stressed out over money 1 minute, then shift your internal state the next and manifest a new client, a refund, money you forgot about in a pocket or your wallet, money that was owed to you, a winning lottery ticket, or any number of things that we can't even imagine. And it can happen instantly because you shifted into a timeline where that thing happened, simply by realizing that your current circumstances don't matter, accepting them as only one possibility out of infinite potential timelines, choosing a different timeline, and shifting your state of being into knowing the reality that you just chose is yours. And like I said, you persist in that reality until you shift into it, which is why ignoring your current 3D reality is so important. You're not going to shift into your preferred timeline if you affirm for it and then immediately look around and think, well, this isn't working because XYZ. No, it's not working because you're saying it's not working. And you're not persisting in your preferred reality, period. That's the whole reason right there. You have the power. You can do this, my friend. I believe in you. It doesn't matter what your current 3D reality is showing you. It's an illusion anyway. Persist in the illusion you prefer and watch it become your reality. So, does all of that make sense? Let me know in the comments if this makes sense to you, and I would love to see your aha moments, as well as any questions that you might have there. Also, drop any topics you would like to see covered on this channel, and I will be sure to come back and respond to everyone. If you're still watching and you enjoyed this but haven't liked the video yet, please don't forget to do that because it will help other people find this. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet and ring the little bell so you never miss an upload, or if I do a live stream, I might go back to doing those at some point. And if you want my help mastering your inner world, so your outer world is everything you dream of and more, especially if you want my 2022 investment prices, all of that information is in the description box along with my contact information. I have something super special and transformative coming in January, so stay tuned for more on that. And I would love to see you in the Discord community, either as a free member or a patron. Patrons get access to all kinds of amazing exclusive content, live events, including bi-monthly moon rituals that are designed to help you manifest faster, channeled messages, activations, and deep discounts no one else gets. So you may want to become a patron first if you're interested in working with me more closely, but please feel free to contact me with any questions, and links for all of that will be below. And remember, you deserve to live the magical life of abundance and joy that your soul came here to live, and I believe in you, so you should too. Much love.